Hello there, Scrapper Names fans. How are we all? I'm back with another layout for you, a 12 by 12 mixed media layout, using some of the lovely goodies I got in my Kitaholic Kit for July. As my last video was a project life, you can see they're quite versatile. So I'm using this black and white house background paper just to document two photos of my daughter helping Daddy clean up the kitchen after dinner. Alright, so I'm just using this Calypso Teal Delusions paint and this little mini designer Kaisercraft stencil. It's got bubbles on it. Just thought it was appropriate, being that, you know, they're at the sink, they're washing up, you know, bubbles didn't go everywhere, thank God, but yeah. So I'm just using a little paint dauber to push that through the stencil. I find that is easier to use that than like a palette knife or anything, to because it doesn't sort of bleed underneath or blend in underneath the stencil. So yeah, it works quite well, as you can see there. So I cut out all that bit there. You didn't have to watch me adding all those patterns. I just randomly assign it, like put the pattern around the paper, and I'm just going to go with the flow and to see where my photos end up and whatnot. So no exact plan. I did pick out the ephemera pieces I wanted to use my kit, obviously, that's why I get it. So that's what I have done, and then added some bits and pieces from my stash as well that were kicking about. So yeah, I cut out a bit and I do fluff around a little bit through this one again. I think I do that a lot with mine, a bit indecisive. So I did cut some out for you. I've got a little hand there, you can see there's my little handy helper. My little one, you know, wanted to come and help scrap. She got over it very quickly, but she wanted to come and help nonetheless. So I just wanted to, because the background is black and white, and I was conscious of that, it's why I'm trying to add bursts of colour, just to make sure the photos and bits and pieces stick up off the page. You can see them without, you know, any issue or anything like that. Like, it just doesn't blend too much. This is just a little bag, like paper bag thing I had that came with some goodies in it, and I've decided to use that to just stick behind that little frame, the Amy Tan frame I've got there that says Together. Just again to add a little bit extra colour, a little bit of blending in of the yellow and whatnot, making sure things don't sort of fall into the background, the black and white background. It is a bit cute seeing her hand on the screen, I must admit. So I am going to use some foam to prop up my photos, again to keep them up off the background a bit and make them noticeable. Obviously, that's why I'm scrapping or documenting this memory. Now, I am using, on this layout, I actually used hot glue to stick my bits down, for the most part, just because there is mixed media. I wanted to make sure it stuck, and I just thought I felt like using my hot glue gun instead of wet glue, really. Now, to stick this acetate, like, overlay piece, that I barely use them, and I know I usually probably use them in a pocket page, but I wanted to use it here for something different. I used two little clips. One's a butterfly. One's a gold camera paper clip piece, and the other is a Chamel little metal clip, which you'll see in the close-ups anyway. So my daughter decided that we needed this little banner in there, so I mean, this is going in her book, so why not? She can have a bit of a decision in what goes on there. I think that's somewhat the only thing she ended up using, and then that was it. So yep, just some double-sided tape, obviously, just to stick my foam down. And as I said, I use hot glue. Now, I do make a stuff up here, but it worked anyway. I put the hot glue on the foam before I actually laid down the pieces that were going underneath the photo. So I had to really rush and do that before the hot glue dried, because that could have been a problem. Now, I did speed this bit up a bit more, where I'm just basically sticking and embellishing. You know, I'd like you to see my process, obviously, as to how I do things, just in case, you know, you're a newbie at things and you want to give it a go. But, you know, without sort of dragging it on and on and on. Now, this little piece here is, I've just used it this way, whether that's what it's meant for or not. That came in the Kaisercraft collectible pack, die cut pack, the Daydreamer collection. As did all of these pieces. Again, they came in my Kitaholic Kit for July. So I just wanted to make a little bit of an embellishment cluster there in the middle. And I went with the whole house type at homely kind of theme, I guess you could say. So as you can see, there's some little hearts, some little houses, and then a little piece that says, "You are my happy place." And yeah, as you can see, I'm using some wet glue there just to stick things down. I use that anyway, it's the wood veneer. It's a star shape. Yeah. I had pulled out some pieces prior to starting this layout, as you can see, spread around the side of my mat, that I thought I might use. I may not use all of it, and I don't use all of them. It was just an idea, just playing around. I wanted to use another bit of that yellow underneath just to sort of tie it all around together. And I kind of liked the look that the bag kind of gave the page. It just added something a little bit different, I think. I'm just sticking all of that down. That piece says the good times. It was a bit cute, actually. Just adding some pieces around this as well. This little heart that was part of the printables for the kit for this month. And I think, do I add that here yet? I do have a wood button that I add to this bit, but I may not have added it yet. Maybe not. What am I doing? Hello, Amy. What am I doing? Maybe I'm looking at something. No, digging through and getting out these stickers. So these stickers also came as part of the stash. They are black and white with some dots on them. And I was at first apprehensive to use them on this background, but I did anyway because I put it across under like the blue bubble bit that I did. So, and I actually used my hot glue gun. Now, I didn't show you that, but I did use my hot glue gun to stick those down so they stuck better. I made sure they really stuck. I've had a few issues with stickers not sticking properly, so I just made sure, gave a bit of extra strength. And just adding some more bits and pieces and whatnot. Yep, and I just used my double-sided tape with the pieces that aren't going on the mixed media part. So these are the Chamel wood buttons I was just talking about. You might have seen them. I think I used them in the last video, which was the Project Life video. If you haven't seen that one, definitely go back and have a look. It's a nice, bright, colourful, beachy looking one. And if you're in Australia, it's the midst of winter. And if you're in Canberra, anywhere else that's really cold, looking at a beach is always nice to pretend that it's, you know, you're there and it's warm. So yeah, I wasn't really sure of these Chamel buttons. I haven't really used something like this before, so it was good to get it in the kit. And I find that's the bonuses with the kits, is sometimes you get some things that you wouldn't normally use yourself or buy yourself. So that's always a bonus to the kits. Absolutely. Alright. Just adding this final, some little touches, the last few touches to this. I wanted something up in that top bit. It just looked a bit bare to me. So I'm just going through with what I have. And then I picked the little square piece down the bottom. Oh, there it is. No, it's there now. The middle piece actually popped out. So like it sort of had perforated bits. So what I decided to do was lay the frame flat, which you'll see. And then I mount the middle piece on some foam, just to make it pop up a bit more. Again, it's that black and white, so I didn't want it to blend too much into the background. And again, because it's going onto a mixed media surface, it's the wet glue I use. I think I packed up my hot glue gun by then, or I'd run out of glue stick and I couldn't be bothered to get any more potentially. Who knows, but you know, whatever. So nearly at the end of this layout. I do hope you enjoyed it. I'll give you some close-ups in just a minute once I finish doing this. And definitely, if you like it, give me a thumbs up so I know what content people are liking. If you want to leave me a comment, ask any questions, let me know. Put them in the comments and I will get back to you. Curious about products or anything like that, absolutely. And yeah, follow me on my other social media pages. I have a blog, which you will see in some of the descriptions. It's scrappingames.wordpress.com and scrapping_aims at Instagram, on Instagram, sorry. So yeah, pop over, have a look. And I sometimes don't always do videos, sometimes I just do blog shares. But I hope you've enjoyed this one today, and I will see you again next time with another process for you. Thanks for watching, and bye.